Do you want to know about Power Query Editor in Power BI? Hi, this is Krupali from KnowHow Academy. So let's start with me. Let me tell you what you are going to learn in this video. In this video, you will learn what is Power Query, how it is useful for data analysis in Power BI, and what you can do with your Power Query editor in Power BI. So let's start. First of all, I will load data into Power BI from the Excel file. So click on Excel file and I'm selecting this data Excel file and open it. Now in Power BI, there are two ways that you can load data. The first of all, you can directly load data from source to the destination. The second way is that before reaching to the destination, data will be transformed using a Power Query editor. So first, let me show you directly load the data. So if you click on data, you will able to see the preview of data and you need to check it and data will be loaded directly into Power BI. So here you will able to click that and here data will be seen like that. The second way is that before loading data into the Power BI, data will be transformed. Let me show you. Go to the home, again click on Excel file, select that and click on open. And here select the product table here and here you can click on transform data. Once you click on transform data, one new window will be appear and that window is called Power Query Editor. So basically, Power Query Editor will allow you to transform your data after loading or before loading into the Power BI. So here you can see that there are different menu available in Power Query Editor. It is same like a Power BI window, but when you open a Power Query Editor, a new window will be open. So this is your Power Query Editor window and this is your Power BI window. And here you can perform any data transformation operation. So let's say here, if you load data, you can see the heading of the data or heading of the column is not proper. But if you see the first row in your data, that is consider it as a heading of the column. So directly by double clicking on it, you cannot change it. So here in Power Query Editor, there is a facility that you can directly consider this entire row, that is first row, as a header. So where you need to click that? So you need to go to the home and here one option is available that is called use first row as a header. If you click that, use first row as a header or use header as a first row. So whatever you want to see. Okay, so let's say if I click on that, the first row is consider it as a header and now it is moved to the header. And let's say if here I click on that and click on the second option that is use header as a first row, you can see that. Here the column name is considered it as now it 1, 2, 3, 4 so on. Sometimes it happens that data is there in a header so you can see like that. But I want like first row as a header so I can keep that. This is the one of the facility of Power Query Editor. The second thing is that you can see from where your data is coming. So you can click on data source setting and you will able to see the path. If you want to change it, so you can click on change source and you can browse and from here also you can change your data source. So you can select any of the Excel file and you can change it, but I don't want to change it so I'm not doing it. And you can see that open file as Excel workbook, CSV, whatever format you want to see that. Then you can click on cancel if you don't want to perform anything and close it. The second thing is that remove column and choose column. So let's say if I click on that, you will able to see which column you want to choose. Right now each and every column is selected. So let's say here I want to see only selected order ID. So in data set rest of the columns are removed and only that column is shown. So if I click on cancel, whatever action I have performed last, it will be vanish it. So here and you can remove the column by selecting that. If you right click on it, also you will able to see the different column options. The next thing is that let's say you want to refresh your preview. So you can click on refresh and refresh preview, refresh all, and so on. So you can perform refresh preview, so data will be refreshed. If meanwhile some changes are there, here it will be affected. But where if changes are there in a source file, then you can perform merge query. Merge query means what? Let's say you have data from two different tables. Let me show you. Let me just close it, close and apply, and load one more data. That is online food delivery data. And let me click on Excel file, open that, and this time I am loading order master and customer table data, and go to the directly transform, and I want to merge this customer table data and order table data. But when you are merging it, keep it in mind that one of the columns should be common between these two tables. So let me just refresh it and click on merge query. Now there are two ways. Let's say if in existing table you want to merge it, or you want to create a new table and inside that from both the table you want to merge. So for that you can select on this arrow and you can select merge as a new. It will create a third table and inside that data will be merged. If you select that merge query, so inside the selected table data will be merged. So let's say I am selecting merge query as new. Then you need to select the second table. So let's say I am selecting a order detail table. Now the next thing is that you need to select the common column between the two tables. So this customer email and this customer email column is common, and what type of join you want to do. By default it's a left outer join. Left outer join means left side table, this is an entire data plus common data between two tables. Right side is a reverse of left join, and inner join means only common data it will display. So let's say I want to perform inner join, and fuzzy match option is there. That means let's say here my email id is krupali@gmail.com and someone email id is krupali123@gmail.com. So fuzzy match means whether it's a Krupali 123 or Krupali, they have a similarity. So how much level of threshold you want to do that, so you can select that, but I don't want fuzzy match, so I'm not selecting that, and I'm clicking on OK. So here you can see that a new table is created, and at the end data is pasted. So customer, all the columns data plus order detail table data. But here you will able to see table data. So you need to select from second table which column you want. So you need to click here, and what column you want to see. So let's say I want to see the quantity column and price column and order ID and subtotal. And you can see that. So only that column data will be displayed from the first table. So this is called merge query. Append query means two similar table structures are there, but both the table contain different data but in same structure. So you can combine that. So that is called append query. And if you go to the transform data, you will able to perform a data transformation. So data transformation, basically let's say you want to group by data. So let's say this is the customer table. Now in customer table you want to perform group by based on city. So you want to perform group by based on city. So select that, and you want to count and what you want to do. So let's say. So here you can see that entire data is grouped by using that. If you don't want, you can see like that. Okay, so this way you can perform group by. Now the next thing is transpose. If you click on transform, you can see that data is something is converted in that format. So you can see that so many things are. So row is considered it as now a column, and column is considered it as a row. So you can check it out like this. So this is called transform. The second thing is that you can click on add columns to add index column, or you can add conditional column. So let's say you want to add conditional column. Let's say this is a BMI data and this is a weight. Based on that you want to say whether the person is overweight, underweight or normal. So you can add a conditional column like that. So let's say if a person weight is more than 50 It's not true, but let's say if person weight is more than 50, we can say they are overweight, otherwise they are underweight. So for that, what you can do, you can select that column and click on conditional column, and let's say what can be the column name. So let's say decision, or you can say status. And then if the column name weight is equal to, does not equal to, greater than or equal to 51, let's say, and then what can be the output can be overweight. Okay, and then else, that means if it is less than 51, we can say normal. Okay, and if you click on OK, one column is added and you can see overweight, normal. Basically, I'm just showing you how it is working, but BMI is calculated based on certain condition. So you can see that. You can add index column which give index. So sometime index start from 0 and sometime index start from 1. So let's say you want to create index from 1. So you can select like that and you can do like this also. Then if you want to create a duplicate of that column can be duplicate, but if it is not required, you can remove it. I don't require a index column, so I am removing it. If you require, you can keep it. So based on your requirement, what action you need to take, that you need to keep it in mind. The second thing is that help. If you go to the help and click on the sample, here Power BI allow you to download their sample data, and what you can learn using that data, this is given. So you can visit that link, and here different sample data is given. That is artificial intelligence data, COVID data, Power BI release report data, and so on. So based on what you want to learn, you can select that. Then you can see the this option, Power BI developer documentation. So if you want to develop something, if you want to contribute, you can see this documentation and you can read. And let's say here, if you have any idea, so you can submit that idea and Microsoft will work on that idea if they think that your idea make a good sense. Then there is a community which allow you to get the solution of your problem, and you can post your solution also, so that you can do that. Apart from that, there is one option called diagnosis data. If there is an error on any kind of thing, if you want to view the data, sometimes what happens when you want to view the data, so you want to check the health of the data. So let's say column quality, let's say if I uncheck it, you will not able to see that. If I check that, then you can see that valid, how many data are valid in that column, how many errors are there, how many empty columns value are there, and so on. Let's say if you see the column distribution, you will able to see that valid, everything is valid, so it is in a that light green color format. If it is empty data, black color bar will be shown. Let's say always allow, you can go to the particular column and so on. You can click on a query dependency, so you can see that how many queries are there which depend on which table. So you can see that merge one table is depend on order detail table and customer table. If customer data is changed, then merge one table data will be changed, and top of that, inside D drive one file is there. So if that Excel file data is changed, the order detail table is also affected and customer table is also affected. So basically, Power Query Editor is the heart of a Power BI, which will allow you to perform any transformation which require to perform data analysis and visualization. You can also write Python script inside your Power BI. So I hope you get an idea about what is Power Query Editor in Power BI. Thank you for choosing KnowHow Academy as a source of your IT knowledge. We are always here to help you to navigate to the tech world. If you have any question, do not feel hesitate to reach out to us. Stay curious, keep learning.